Good evening guys and welcome to another video. Now today, back by popular demand, we will be reading some more creepypastas, and unfortunately there just aren't that many good ones regarding Subnautica, so instead we will be traveling to the scary world of Amnesia. Now this story, just as the previous one, was not written by me, but was actually made by an anonymous user on the fandom wiki and posted back around 2013. Now of course, due to it being an anonymous user, I wasn't able to dig up any information on them, but author of this creepypasta, if you're out there, I would very gladly give you a shout out, so just message me on Twitter or Discord and we can definitely work something out. Now with that out of the way, this creepypasta is much longer than the one we read in the last video, so snuggle up in your blankets, make sure you have some hot chocolate, and let's go. Have you ever heard of Amnesia? If you're a horror fan or have explored the internet enough times, I'm sure you have. It's probably one of the scariest games I've had the misfortune to see, much the same as its predecessor, Penumbra, or the game Slender. But enough about this. You're not here to listen to me rant on about scary games, and I'm not here to do any ranting. I'm here to tell you of my experience with an Amnesia mod called The Final Descent. Now, I've been an Amnesia fan from about the age of 15, when I started watching playthroughs of Toby games on YouTube, eventually reaching custom story playthroughs by PewDiePie and MoFair long after Toby had finished the franchise. My family was always highly adamant that I not watch these videos, but I always liked watching Pewds and MoFair scare themselves stupid in whatever map they played. When I turned 18, I finally bought the game for my Steam account, along with the Steam exclusive Amnesia Justine. After playing through both of those games and completing it with all the tricks I'd learned from various playthroughs, I went online to search for custom maps and mods that other people had made. Because I already knew a number of the maps from playthroughs, there weren't that many unique ones to pick and play. Besides, the market of custom stories was slowly dying as they were waiting for the new Amnesia game called Machine for Pigs, which made looking even harder. After some searching, I came to find an old mod that nobody had played yet, Amnesia: The Final Descent. I was surprised, firstly because the description for the mod was completely blank, and secondly because in all that time it had been on show, nobody had played or even heard about it. I downloaded the game and booted it up so I could play, signing into the game with my game account, coming to a main menu similar to the original game, save for the name Amnesia: The Final Descent. I clicked start, and it began. When the first area of the mod had finished loading, something seemed off. The cutscene into the start of the game was exactly the same as the original, right down to the final pixel, but with no speaking from the character. I was disappointed, but played anyways, hoping that I didn't just waste time and computer space downloading this mod. I moved my character along the hallways and corridors of the original, everything going exactly the same, until I came to where you find a note Daniel leaves for himself. When I picked it up, the text was totally different, and there was no voice acting. Instead of showing one paragraph after another, this note simply read, "You brought this upon yourself." I closed the note and, almost immediately, a chasing screech of a monster quickly faded in and blasted out of my headphones with the volume set to max. I yelled and threw my headphones off my head and onto my desk in front of me as the screen flashed and faded to black, the horrible noise disappearing into silence again. I hate this game, I thought in myself. I don't even know why I play it. After another loading screen, I found myself in the watery tunnels that were meant to go underneath Castle Brennenburg. I picked up the headphones and put them around my neck, keeping the volume at max but leaving the distance between them and my ears in case of any surprises. I really don't like these kinds of surprises. When I had calmed down and started moving my character again, the book symbol at the bottom left corner for a memento appeared. When I opened the mementos though, there was only one word: life. After a brief moment of staring at that one word, I closed the mementos and continued through the tunnels, but I was pretty confused about it. Why life? How was that significant to anything I was playing so far? Well, before I even finished thinking those questions, the book appeared yet again. I checked the mementos to find another single word, is. Quickly closing the book again, I made my character run and listen to the splashing of feet in water over the area's soundtrack. The book came up third time, but I just ignored it. The stone walls along the tunnel slowly started being covered with pulsating red flesh. The book came up the fourth time. The clear water gave way to thick blood. A fifth time. The soundtrack seemed to slow and fade away. A sixth time. I couldn't avoid my curiosity any longer. I opened the mementos to read them, and it were 6 separate words, all making some sort of a sentence. Life is something they eternally navigate. I didn't understand what this was talking about, but then I saw that each word started with a capital letter, and if you put them together, they made out the word listen. I closed the mementos, and I felt my spine shiver slightly. Crying and demonic laughter filled the air, ringing around the room I was in. It almost didn't sound like it was coming from my headphones. It felt like it was everywhere. I looked around with my character, and the sound seemed to emanate from a red door that was behind me on the side of the tunnel. How could I not have noticed it? I tried to open it up, but was greeted with the sound you get when the door is locked. Then there was a cling, and text came up. Picked up, "Death is coming." Peeking at my inventory, there was now a key there, along with all the other items I had gathered beforehand. I selected the key and tried on the locked door in front of me. As I heard the door click, the chasing shriek started again, and I hastily tried opening the door, but it seemed locked, and then another line of text came up. "I won't let you." A blood scratch appeared on the screen of my character, and it fell to the ground, dead. I watched the cloudy words appearing slowly, reading, "Death is here." The words then zoomed in, and the screen went to white as I respawned in a totally different area. I was now facing a stone brick wall, a piece of paper right in front of me. I just sat there and stared at the screen, scared and incredibly confused. I had never seen a custom game that would try to mess with your head this much. I got up from the computer and went to get a snack. Some chocolate sounded like a good idea at that point. When I arrived back, the computer greeted me with a full close-up on the face of a suitor from Justine. Its black and empty eye sockets stared me right in the face, with its skin a sickly rotted shade of pink, purple, and red. The monster's painful wheezing seeped from the headphones on the desk. "You will play," it gasped demandingly. I sat back down in my chair, leaving my headphones in front of me. The face went away, and I was looking at the wall again. Taking a breath, I picked up the note and read it. 3 doors, 2 demons, 1 key, choose wisely. I actually chuckled here and closed the note, turning to face the 3 doors and a key on a pedestal. What kind of lame puzzle is this? I said out loud. The book icon reappeared immediately. I opened it up, and it said, "Do not mock me. You will play." My smile faded as I read this. The game could not see me or hear me. It was impossible. I closed all the mementos and went to pick up the key. The game said, "Picked up, no way out." I looked over all the 3 doors. They all seemed plain, splintered wooden doors, the kinds that sellers in dungeons would have. After a quick round of eeny meeny miny moe, I selected the door in the right and unlocked it with the key. Book icon again. Opened the mementos to say, "Guess what?" I closed the book again, moved forward, and clicked the door to open it. The door burst apart, and the chasing soundtrack and screech of a monster blasted from the headphones as I came face to face with a brute. Where the face was meant to be, there was just a large scar stretching right to the back of its skull, and its left arm was sliced above the elbow with a long sharp blade protruding from the bone. I jumped at this, well, presumably anyone would, and moved on to the middle door. That one exploded into a grunt, missing his lower jawbone, and long pointed claws replacing a human hand. Again, nothing. I moved on and tried the final door. A suitor smashed it open, naked, well, save for the chains wrapped around its ankles and wrists, and a cross-shaped scar across its chest. Before I had the chance to react, all three of them attacked me, one after the other, killing me once they all gave a hit. The death text came up stating, "I lied." "Screw you, game," I said and went to the in-game menu. When I did, I noticed that the options of exit and save and exit were colored red and nothing happened when I clicked them, except text coming up saying, "I won't let you. You will play." "Fuck this," I growled, starting to get angry and seriously scared. I reached for the power button on the computer. As I did, the suitor's horrible tortured face appeared again. "You will play," it gasped at me. I pressed hard on the power button, holding it down. The face began screeching loudly in pain and writhing within the computer screen, the noise grating at my poor ears. After 2 or 3 seconds of the pain screams, they were cut off as the computer finally shut down. I sighed in relief and slumped back onto my chair, my hands shaking. The nightmare was over. I deleted that mod and left the Amnesia franchise alone for a while after that, but I still watched some custom story playthroughs. Once a little over a month had gone by, I noticed 2 new episodes from my favorite YouTubers, both with a name I was all too familiar with. Amnesia: The Final Descent. I went back in desperation to the site I had originally found the mod, and soon found it again. It was the top mod of the month. Looking at its block of information, I saw that it now had 50 downloads and 40 reviews, but the most frightening thing was its description, which simply read, "Welcome back, you will play." But anyways guys, that was all for Amnesia: The Final Descent, so I hope you guys enjoyed and didn't get too scared from this Amnesia creepypasta. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing, and of course there is a link to the creepypasta down in the description if you would simply prefer to read it yourself. Now with that, I want to wish you a beautiful rest of the day, and I'll see you in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.